What is the toughest sport mentally and why?
Well, since I play golf, I'll have to say golf is the toughest sport mentally because it requires total concentration.
I mean, golf is pretty tough mentally. Why? Because there's a lot of different things you have to think about in a given round.
Are you a skilled golfer?
Yes.
My mental skills and my knowledge of the game are much higher than my ability to execute.
How long have you been playing?
6 years?
Been playing since I was 8 years old. That would be 62 years. We lived in a small town about 3 blocks away from the municipal golf course.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a golfer. I'm not very good at it. I do it for work. So I'm more of a bystander, but I like to also try it and do it. As a bystander, when you're watching a round of golf, you see different things, different situations they may not see. You get to look at the shots from a different angle, whether you also kind of pay more attention to like the conditions, if the trees are gonna there and their ball's gonna hit the tree, that kind of stuff. When you're watching like a competition or your kids play, it is pretty strained mentally. You obviously have no control over that. It's up to them. You want them to do well. So there's a lot of strain mentally. You're thinking about, you know exactly what they need to do, whether they're going to do it, and yeah, it's exciting, but it's stressful.
What percentage of golf is mental?
Well, I would say 75 because you're always thinking of what to do and how to do it.
That answer would change according to what level you're playing at. If you're playing any kind of competition, it's way mental because you already have the physical down.
Everything is mental. It's a body-brain connection. I mean, there's some physical stuff to it, but your brain has to tell your body what to do. So I'd say it's 90%, 95% mental.
In the book Outliers, author Malcolm Gladwell says that it takes roughly 10,000 hours of practice to achieve mastery in a field. Does this apply to golf?
There's too much to golf to be able to learn in a short period of time. There are literally hundreds of different types of finesse shots that you need to become familiar with to get yourself out of trouble.
I think it applies to anything. You're practicing to make permanent, to make things easier. 10,000 hours, yeah. I mean, in order to be an expert or good at something, you have to dedicate a lot of practice.
Is it tough to watch the pros and then yourself?
Extremely. Extremely. There's not a non-pro golfer in the world that doesn't say, why can't I do that? And why does it look so easy? Because I've been to pro golf tournaments and you watch these guys swing and it doesn't look like they're working at all, but the ball just jumps off the tee and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, because when you watch the pros, they're so good. And then when you play, unless you're really good, you just look really bad compared to them.
I mean, I like watching sports and you can kind of see what's going on. It's easy to criticize other people when you're watching them and kind of see what's in front of them, but they make it look so easy and effortless, and it is pretty tough to watch yourself. You think you're doing, something, and then you look at it on video or whatever and you're not doing that.
Can your mental ability have a big or small effect on your golf game?
Big effect. Because if you think negative rather than positive, if you think like, I'm going to hit in the water, I'm going to get really bad strokes, you probably are going to do that. If you think positive, those things might come true.
I think your mental ability can have a huge effect. You can talk yourself into and or out of any given situation. If you have a positive attitude, you can turn something around and make something that's hard happen. It's all about your attitude and your posture. If you go in and you're very positive that you're going to do it, you're standing up straight and you make the shot, it's much better than if you're moping around and I'm going to miss it, you're going to miss it.
Oh, it can absolutely have a big effect. It can have a big effect. And if you're a person that can dedicate your mind to what you're doing for that 20 or 30 seconds, it'll have a great effect.
Can you ever be satisfied with your game?
There are games that you can be satisfied on.
I mean, I think golf is a journey. Anything that you do, you're never really satisfied with it. You always want to get better. And you're building from where you are to where you want to go. You always want to be going somewhere. You don't want to get there. When you get there, it's over. And I think golf allows you to never be satisfied, which is fun.
Do you expect a lot out of yourself as a golfer?
Not anymore.
But there was a point where you expected a lot.
Yes.
So what point was that?
I would say between the ages of maybe 14 and 54.
Yes, yes I do. Because that is thinking positive, and you gotta set goals. That's good, because then you're gonna achieve the goals.
Any advice for people mentally in any sport?
Whether it's golf, one of the biggest things mentally is to not think too far ahead of yourself. So for example, my son pitches and makes a bad pitch. You gotta just forget about that last pitch and forget about how many more pitches you gotta do. You gotta go ahead and the pitch that's in front of you and make it a good pitch.
When you're practicing for whatever sport it is that you play, is you have to give full concentration to your practicing effort.
You always have to think positive. Like, never say you can't do this when you can do it.